Hey guys, welcome to the Techpoint Africa Podcast. My name is Muiwa.
My name is Oluwani Femi.
My name is Bolo Abiadun.
My name is Oganerum.
We're back.
Yes, we are. After a long time. It's almost 6 months, right?
It's been 6 months. I didn't even count.
It's been a long time.
6 months. Wow.
I wonder if anybody missed us. I know I saw a tweet someone was asking.
Someone asked also in our inbox.
Yeah.
Right? Asking
People
Yeah.
drop YouTube comments and they ask when is the podcast coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry, it was the pandemic. When the pandemic happened, we tried our best to continue recording remotely.
Right.
It was not easy, trust me. It was not easy. And then after a while, it got really... and that's the important thing about starting things and making sure you can sustain them.
Yeah.
Find a sustainable way to do them.
Contingencies.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we did not deliberately try to stop the podcast.
Of
And
course,
even
we
Beauty in
want-
Africa suffered, our sister podcast.
Right.
But we're back.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are. And
Excited.
we have a lot of things going on right now, which we'll be looking forward to share with you. Not just the everyday happenings. We'll share with you the stories of interesting people that we're writing. We have new series that we are running. We're going to discuss them with you, and you're going to tell us what you have in mind. It's going to be very interactive, and I'm sure apart from the excitement that you felt then, you're going to feel a lot more this time. And yes, I'm happy to be back.
Yeah. There may be 1 or 2 live shows happening
Oh,
nice.
where you'll be able to call in and
cool.
That would be so
join the
cool.
conversation.
I'm
Hopefully.
excited.
Oh, by the way, so you're probably hearing 2 new voices because if you're a regular listener, you know me, you know Emmanuel, you know Nifemi, and but you don't know the 2 voices you're hearing. So maybe they should introduce themselves first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go. So, my name is Bolo Abiadun. Like I said before, you've probably read some of my articles. I hope you have though. So
The crypto
There's
lord.
no way they've not let the blockchain crypto.
okay. So if
President.
you've read anything on cryptocurrencies or blockchain recently, then that means you've read my work. So I guess I'm just as excited as anyone that has been listening to the podcast so far. I'm excited to see how it will turn out. I think it will be more interesting, talking about these stories, with people. We've always been writing them, but actually talking about these stories, the startups, the people, the issues, discussing them will be really interesting, and I'm really excited for that.
Cool.
Okay. So, my name is Oganerum Oneibu. Don't worry, you don't need to remember that. You don't need to remember that. You can just remember Onome. That's way easier. And so yes, like Bolu said, you probably read some of my stories. If you are interested in privacy, then obviously you would have read some of my stories.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, so it's been interesting because like this is the first time I'm ever doing a podcast. So
Hey, where's the clap? Oh, I did not cue the clap sound.
So
I should have done that.
So to be interesting and exciting to like have to discuss so many things. Like I can definitely tell you that we have so many interesting things to talk about.
Awesome.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, yeah. So it's been interesting and exciting, like I've just said, and I'm looking forward to a lot of things. I can't tell you specifically what I'm looking forward to, but yeah, there's a lot I'm looking forward to.
Okay, nice one. You guys can hear what I'm doing, don't worry. We're still figuring out our podcast setup, but I promise you guys it's going to be wonderful. So what's interesting? First of all, okay, so we're recording this at the end of the week. So you'll probably be getting this very late on Friday evening or Saturday morning. That's not going to be the regular. We're going to go back to regular scheduling. 8. I think it used to be 8
8
on
on Friday.
We'll figure it out. We'll definitely figure it out. But what has been interesting this week? What have you found interesting this week? Like, let's just give everybody an opportunity. We'll start with Nifemi, and then maybe we'll just discuss it very quickly.
Right.
What's going on in tech in Africa that interests you?
Okay, talk of the town is breaking the bias, right?
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of things all over. It's all over the place, and it's at our faces online. And what has been interesting is some promos that have gotten on the nerves of people about breaking the bias, right? We've been trying to talk about women involvement and all, but some of these brands and the promos they gave out has been getting on people's nerves, and the reactions have not been nice. The one that I didn't figure out quickly was Wema Bank. It was so funny. Like, I had to go through the thread to figure out what was going on. Then I had to zoom out. Is it zoom in or zoom out? The picture to see the name on the ATM card the lady was holding. It was one Emeka Ifeanyi or something. I was oh, people came at them like she's breaking the bias and she's using the card of a man to pay for lunch or dinner, right? So I think it just calls to attention how we have to put a lot of thought into what we give online, because everybody is saying it. Everybody, right?
Then Wema came back and tried to explain it away and say that was the point. Like, you guys didn't see that.
I think the WhatsApp
they said the whole point was that, yes, that was it, breaking the bias, that if you noticed it's because you zoomed in, because you wanted because she's paying, maybe it's a man's money, so you zoomed in and saw the details that they left it that way so that
it's not working.
It's possible, it's true. We don't know. We're not there.
No, we didn't deliberately zoom in. It's just like, okay, if you are paying, if you want to pay, if you are really breaking the bias, you are paying for a lunch or dinner, it should be with your card. You don't have to zoom in. The Emeka is almost very visible.
It is without zooming in.
Yes, if the picture was not pixelated.
I didn't notice it until someone zoomed in.
I didn't even see it. I didn't even see the ad until late in the evening, and I was like, wow. What's going on? The one that even surprised me the most, I can't remember the particular bank, but they just came on Twitter and just said Happy International Women's
Sterling
Day.
Bank.
I think
Sterling Bank.
I love that. Was just plain it.
They were dragged the other time because they had this. There was something they did. I can't remember. I think it was when. I don't remember what it was. Was it back to work or something? And then was it them that they had employees dancing and people were like.
Okay,
no, it wasn't Sterling.
It wasn't Sterling.
I think it was Access or
one of the
one of those banks.
Yeah. So they don't want trouble. They just happy. I didn't even put it international.
But Sterling Bank drags other brands that goofs online. If you've noticed, they've dragged Chicken Republic with for firing those door openers, not security men, for dancing, right? So for doing that, I think they are just trying to play safe.
I think that was wise though. Just playing it.
Was it? I don't know.
I guess. They still got dragged. Can we say it was? Can we say that was dragged?
They got dragged.
Yes, people were dragging them under the comments, and I was like,
well, it's different from Wema Bank's own, because a lot of what I saw under the comments were just, memes about I don't want wahala. That's what people were saying. I know people were just laughing, like Sterling Bank was just, we were like, take your happy this thing. It was really funny.
Well, it's crazy. Social media. Social media is something you can never please anybody. You always it's crazy. It's really crazy. Okay, moving on. So, Bolu, what do you find interesting this week?
Okay, yeah, I think what I've found interesting so far this week has been movements in the crypto space.
We know.
And how
you just have to monitor it. Something is at stake.
I actually didn't want it to be that, but I've not really seen anything else recently. But I think it's been interesting how the Russia-Ukraine war has been affecting the crypto market, and interestingly, not just the crypto markets, but
the
stocks,
entire financial market.
Yeah, the entire financial market, the world economy generally. And I've been hearing a lot of things, about how, the sanctions could, affect, other countries in the long run. Russia is a big country, is a big economy. So, there's only so many sanctions you can place on such a country. And, there's a saying that when you owe I think they said Russia owes about $100 billion in bonds. So, and there's a saying that when you owe the bank 1 million, that's your problem. But when you owe the bank 1 billion, that's not just your problem again. It's your problem and it's the bank's problem. So, when you don't give Russia a way out, and Russia is a big player when it comes to the global finance game, it will affect everybody, at some point. So a lot of people are saying the sanctions are merely political, so it doesn't look like no one is really doing anything. So I really want to see how this will play out.
But it was until I saw your article, I didn't put two and two together. So I just saw that Bitcoin was on the rise. The price of Bitcoin was on the rise last week, I think.
Yeah, it was still very volatile. I think it was going up, going down.
And someone said it had to do with the Russia-Ukraine war. Like I don't get, but I wasn't following it, so I didn't know at that time that the Ukraine was receiving donations.
Okay.
Via crypto.
They started I think they started
quite interesting.
2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah, that was quite interesting, and they raised so much money in such a short period of time. I think at the time I wrote the article, I think they raised 57, either 54 or 57. And then I noticed that after the article, they actually raised, some more money. And that was really, and it's really interesting what's playing out here. How, crypto that has been, what people have said about it. Yes. Yeah. And now it's now it's now the euro.
So do you think because at this point some people still think maybe everything is still a fad, crypto and all of that. And then some people are so optimistic. Oh, it's going to overthrow the government and all of that. I hope no government person is listening. But so I don't want to mention the startup names, but one particular startup, released. So Bitmama announced physical crypto cards attached to crypto, and then almost like they timed it or something. This week is also when many banks, the news about many banks in Nigerian banks, Zenith Bank, First Bank, I think UBA too, reducing the limits on dollar transactions with Naira accounts.
That was outrageous.
That timing was
$20
exactly from $100 to $50 to $20. So you can't even you can't pay for Netflix and all those things. So and then around the same time, a crypto startup has launched a physical card.
Yeah.
Like, are we getting there?
Yeah, I think that was the timing was really perfect. What Bitmama did, but I still have a couple of questions. Surrounding their physical cards. That they said you can withdraw with it at ATMs, you can pay at POS, but I don't understand how, because that means whatever business you want to, pay at needs to be receiving cryptocurrencies, because it's not as if.
Oh, I thought it was tied to fiat.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Because I think, according to what I read on their website, you don't have to change it. Everything, the currencies are in stable coins, so you don't have to worry about volatility.
So the USDT and
the
one of them.
USDC,
so no volatility. Okay.
So, but then that means those businesses need to accept cryptocurrencies, because if I walk into Walmart now and I want to buy something, I think Walmart takes cryptocurrencies. But what if I am in, somewhere, let's say I'm somewhere in Morocco, Kenya, any country in the world, and that business where I want to make the payment does not receive cryptocurrencies. I think so, and they said you can use it at ATMs to withdraw.
So are you saying I can't use it to pay for my Netflix subscription, for example?
If Netflix accepts crypto.
Oh,
I don't know if they do.
So I thought because I just glanced through the news. I thought that I saw fiat, like you could use it to pay for fiat transactions and whatnot.
Okay, but maybe I didn't get.
That was my understanding
on their website, because what I read was you don't have to convert to fiat to make your payments.
Yeah, I know you don't have to convert to fiat to make a payment, but in the back end they are probably doing the conversion for you. Okay. Otherwise, what's the point of the card? Otherwise, what's the point of the card?
That's probably what. That would make a lot of sense, and that would be, I think,
and that's why it's tied to stable coins.
Yes.
So there's no fear of fluctuation and whatnot. Like the only things they are going to be buying at the black market rate anyway.
Yes. Well, that's really amazing. And I've heard stories of people who got stranded in countries and the only option was to use crypto. I was reading a tweet by someone. They were in the UK and they needed money urgently, and there was no way, for them to get it. And they found someone who was willing to buy their Bitcoin. They sold their Bitcoin and they collected the pounds, which was awesome. Life-saving. So when you think about it, crypto is really, I know that there's been a lot of cliche about financial inclusion and all that.
But when it's still a long way.
No, but even after all this, I think you have to, when you think about it, this thing is actually helpful. I don't need to. It's a currency where I can use anywhere in the world. It's a currency that crosses borders easily. Absolutely, I can get Bitcoin from anyone, anywhere in the world right now. And
It's shaming dollars.
yes, like it's really, it's really amazing. The things crypto can accomplish.
Yeah.
Because I don't see countries embracing it anytime soon. We just be using it on this.
I mean, we already have the
Small scales.
Was it El Salvador?
CBDCs.
Yes, El
Yeah.
Salvador. I think that was. Oh no, for me till now, I still think El Salvador didn't really. That wasn't the best move. They didn't,
Think
it wasn't
it
well. No, it wasn't well.
Using it as a legal term and
No,
whatnot.
it wasn't well thought through. Because since they did that, their what's this thing called? Their SDC. I can't remember what the full name is now, but the chances of them paying back a lot of the debts that they've been owing, as in the chances of them not paying back, not being able to pay back, has increased by 4-fold.
Wow.
Since they did that. So the timing was not right. It's not. I don't think it's a good thing for any country right now to say they want to use crypto as a legal tender. Because a lot of people will not be behind you. The IMF will definitely not.
Of course not. The establishments.
A lot of establishments will not be behind you.
The road is
So
long. Let's just enjoy.
just wait. Let's see what happens.
And then even on a personal level, that volatility will always be a problem.
It's
I mean, we had that issue. So, like we did hosted Techpoint build in January, and we had startups from Uganda, Ghana, and Pitch.
Yeah.
And then an Ugandan startup and a Ghanaian startup won prize monies, and then it was a hassle sending money to them, and we decided to use crypto. And then because of the ebbs and lows, we lost some money on our end. They lost some money on their end. No, it's just.
I think that's where stable coins come in.
But
stable coins. But even with stable coins,
that's the pride of
Naira, dollar.
True.
But stable coins are supposed to be that. But then I don't get the point of. If the stable coin is tied to an actual currency, then what's the excitement?
I think the excitement is in how easily you can transfer. So if
for cross-border transactions, that's all. That's all it's good for.
That's just what it is.
So the excitement in crypto is the volatility. When you take that out,
buy the dip.
Exactly.
I think that's what
attracted so many people. Really.
That's what. And another thing about this whole Russia and Ukraine thing is how the dollar could end up not being the reserve currency.
Exactly.
I think that will not change anytime soon.
But
it's now looking as if there can be alternatives.
The US will not like that.
Yes, they will not like that. But it's something that might happen. I think I heard
with,
the US.
With what they are doing with
Jerome Powell, I don't know, the head
years.
of Treasury or something. And he was saying it's something that could possibly happen. It's something that can happen where the US currency will not be that top currency again. It will not be that reserve currency again because Russia
would be interesting.
Yes, that would be really interesting because the dollar has been the reserve currency since.
Isn't the 70s, I think?
Yes, even before, I think.
Yes, even before that.
Yes, even before that.
Yeah, even before that, when it was tied to the gold standard, before then they went fiat. So it's been years.
It's really interesting. And Russia is one of the largest producers of oil. And even any oil transaction has to be done in dollars. So if you tell them not to do it in dollars and they find an alternative,
welcome to a new world
order for a few years.
That would be interesting. I look forward to that one. That's when I'll be all in. I'll be excited.
That would be really interesting.
Thank you, Bolu. So, Onome, how about you?
So I've been watching Twitter has been releasing so many features this year, and I don't get it. NFT avatars, Twitter Spaces. I think Twitter Spaces was last year or something. Like so many things. And so this week they introduced Twitter Shops, and I'm like, okay, why Twitter Shops? What would make someone use Twitter for e-commerce?
I mean, people we already have vendors and merchants.
Yeah.
But most of them already do most of them use Instagram for most of. So why should I use Twitter for?
You can only try.
E-commerce?
I think it would be interesting to see how that will play out.
Because I already use Instagram. I probably use Facebook because I think Facebook has something. I think Facebook has a shops option for merchants and stuff.
Yeah, the marketplace.
The marketplace. So are they like doing their own version to just like
And
get
now the
their
market
own?
is big, right? It's big enough to contain all of them. But I just feel the touch of anonymity that's attached to Twitter might not, compared to Instagram. I don't want you to trust a merchant on Twitter compared to somebody on Instagram. That's what I just feel, right? You are still scamming people on Instagram, not of Twitter, where people use avatars that you don't even know if it's them. Like you can't even trace it in their media. Maybe they are the ones that are on their avatar you get. So maybe we will see how it goes well. But Twitter just have to try something. They have to try it. It's an open market. As long as there are millennials using their platform and a lot of people from across the world. Well,
Twitter has always struggled with its business model, figuring out how to make money.
I think that's what they've been introducing so many things. Twitter Blue.
What's Twitter Blue exactly? Anyway?
Twitter Blue is a paid version, so it allows you to edit your tweets. Allows you to.
Is it here already?
I tried to.
Is the edits?
I saw it in my settings, but when I clicked it, did not take me anywhere.
I don't know if they've officially like brought it and everything, but
depending on the monthly fee, I won't mind. Okay. And then they also launched their tipping feature with Paga, but I did not see it's not activated. Like I don't. I've been seeing Paga announcing it, but I cannot see it on my profile. I can't find it anywhere in my settings. I don't know whether it's selective activation or.
I've not even tried that. I see those people that have that cash icon on their.
Yes, you can set it for yourself.
Oh, but how do you set it up? Check my settings and I didn't know.
Twitter for professionals is on your settings. I did it when you see Twitter for professionals. When you set that you're a professional, you mention which industry you work
I've done
in.
That.
Yes, then there is an option where you can activate.
I did not see that in my own.
I saw it. I just didn't activate for me because
so maybe it's not been on. Maybe they've not activated it for everybody then.
I think just rolling it out because even the downvote feature that they were supposed to release, like I don't know when, it's only very few people, and I only saw the notification on my desktop. I didn't see it on my phone, so I can only do it on desktop.
On desktop.
Can't do it on.
Or maybe because I only use Twitter on desktop and mobile. I do not use the app. I don't use the app for reasons best known to me. But Nifemi, you're checking now. Can you see it?
No, I saw it when I was setting up my profile.
But you can't see it now.
No, it's not on my settings. But it showed.
But Paga has been like promoting it. I've not seen it anywhere. I don't know if there's anybody that. Do you think Nigerians will, or Africans? Let's say Africa. Do you think Africans will use that
tipping feature?
We don't really have a tipping culture. Like,
yes, we do not.
Thing is, I saw one argument about tipping for people in the media, right? For let's say Techpoint Africa, the prestige we hold, we do not collect handouts like that. So there are some companies that advise their media companies that advise their reporters not to collect tips. Now, how do you distinguish the tip they collect on Twitter?
That's
tips that we say you should not collect. So there's that argument too, right?
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to activate mine because as it were, I've collected money from you in a way, right? I don't know when you come and hold me for it.
So unless you're like an independent journalist and that's like one of your revenue streams, then that is a different case. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I mean, they are throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks, I guess. But I don't know.
There's
Twitter. I think just inherently, it's just difficult to. The way Twitter is structured, it's just going to always be difficult to
monetize it because of the way they started.
Yeah, it's just always going to be difficult. But I mean,
Facebook did that. Facebook wasn't monetized at first, was it?
Yeah, but Facebook is easier to monetize because of this. Like the way Twitter is all about real time, fast paced, and text only, and all of that. Although they started adding images. There was a time when Twitter didn't have images, so you had to use like what's the name of those other third party tools, and then there's a link to the image and you click. They started adding all those things bit by bit, but they came in late, and most people still use Twitter mostly text only. Most people. Yeah. So I don't know. But I mean, they've been around for a while. They are publicly traded. I guess they are figuring it out somehow.
Right.
Yeah. But I'd like to see an e-commerce feature on Twitter.
Twitter works. Yeah. I wonder. Okay, we would like to hear from you if you're listening. What do you think about everything we've talked about today? Twitter trying to monetize, the tipping feature, what was one on the brought up? It's the shop,
Shops,
e-commerce, and all of that. Is crypto here to stay? Are we seeing a revolution, especially on the backdrop of the Russia-Ukraine war? Are we seeing a revolution brewing, or is still a long way to go? And then what do you think about brands and how they handle social media engagement, especially on holidays and days of commemoration and whatnot? We'd like to hear from you. Our email is still active, podcast@techpoint.africa. We're back. We're back.
Yeah.
Back.
We'll figure it out. We are back. We are back. We're not going anywhere. And our sister podcast will be coming back in April. So watch out for that. Beauty in Africa too will be coming back in April. And so till next week, Friday, 8 a.m. Not like now that you're getting the podcast this late. Yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. So have a good weekend and over and out from us. Bye.
Bye.
Announced. Okay.